power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Today's the day, you know it's true. The moment of power belongs to you. You chose a path, a higher lane where satisfaction breaks the chain. When you open a trade, you rise so high like a god who owns the sky. The world's beneath your steady hands, a life you shape the way you plan. Today's your day, don't be afraid. Click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold. Future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command. Life becomes what you create. Silence builds a stronger state. You observe, release, let go of what you can't control, you know. When you open a trade, you rise so be afraid, click with faith, the move is made. Buy or sell, it's all the same. Balance dancing in the game. Turn emotions into gold, future stories to be told. From this moment, here you stand, trading years at your command. Strong in silence, clear in mind. Every loss a gift you'll find. Step by step your power grows. The market speaks, the trader knows. Today's your day, the crown is yours. Open wide the trading doors. Every chart becomes your stage. Write your story, turn the page. Turn emotions into gold. Legends crafted, brave and bold. From this moment, here you stand. Trading years at your command.
Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing? Where is the camera? All right. Hello, everyone. So look at this drop. I just got at my computer like about 10 minutes ago, I guess. And I came here to see this massive drop. Yeah, a lot of range today. Price was really ranging. And we also have like a massive SMT divergence. On the higher time frames. What is this doing? Yeah, you can see all my other drawings from yesterday have stayed here. You can see, actually it's a good thing, the fact that my drawings stayed here, because you can actually see that after, during the PM session, we had, look at price coming back under all this accumulation area, just like I said yesterday during the live stream. And then we had a reversal going on. You could consider it a reversal. You could consider it a continuation to the long side. You could consider it many things. But yeah, let's see how today is going to behave. Let's see what we're gonna have for today. Wow, and price keeps on dropping, you guys, no joke. This is serious stuff going on here. You know, times like this are good because you can actually catch huge moves, which is really good. But, you know, for now, price is moving sort of like too fast for my liking. I have a void that was created during Tuesdays, CPI. I have that area marked on my chart, on my other chart. Let me go ahead and look for that in here. Yeah, but you see, this is not visible here. The void that I was looking at is not marked here because there is no void actually, but it is on the futures chart. And when I say void, I mean like an actual liquidity void, like a classical gap that you would look at and define as an actual classical gap. Anyway, in the meantime, let's see if we're gonna have any sort of bounce from the 7 p.m. 15-minute BISI that it reached into right now. It was sort of like this whole thing sort of like, because you see, yesterday price had this push to the downside during, you know, post New York kill zone and PM session. Yeah, the beginning of PM session, and then it sort of like gravitated and kept on staying and respecting this 15-minute BISI here that I had marked 745. But then eventually it went down and took all the sell side that we had under New York true open that you heard me, you know, say in yesterday's session. Well, not actually say because my microphone wasn't working, but I was writing on the screen that we are likely going to see all the sell side being taken out, which is eventually exactly what it did. And then we had, you know, a reversal if you look at it from the perspective of the lower time frames, thinking that the lower time frame yesterday in here was sort of like bearish during New York. So it was a reversal going on, or you could think of it as a continuation if you look at it from the perspective of a higher time frame, which a higher time frame is still bullish, and then you're thinking that this was just a liquidity sweep, and then we continued to push higher. So if you look at all of that, this 7 p.m. BISI on the 15-minute was actually quite relevant because that's the fair value gap that formed, you know, as a reaction from rejecting from yesterday's 745 bullish fair value gap after taking out that sell side liquidity under New York true open. So we might actually have some sort of a rejection from here, especially because we are also looking at this nice SMT divergence here. But honestly, I would like to see silver, you know, take out these relatively equal lows. I don't know, we'll see. SMT, SSL. Bottom line is that overall we're still bullish on a higher time frame bias. Nothing has changed from this perspective. However, I can really see that price is having a hard time pushing higher with a big deal of momentum. And if we're gonna check the daily chart, and yeah, excuse all these drawings and everything, let me just remove these. If you are gonna look at the daily chart, you're gonna see that we have a nice bullish fair value gap here on January 9th. And this is also what ICT would call a suspension block in his latest YouTube mentorship, whatever, meaning that there is a candle that sits in between two voids, two liquidity voids, because we do have a liquidity void in here and we do have a liquidity void in here. I mean, not here on the chart on TradingView, but there is this type of stuff on the futures chart. So yeah, overall, I would say that I'd love to see silver go down to those relatively equal lows at the London kill zone low, which means that gold could also continue to push lower. I would really like to see it do that. So the CPI void is sitting right around the area where it's at right now, inside that 15-minute BISI. I'm curious to see what the 6 hour is showing. 6 hour. So starting with the 6 p.m. candle, wow, very bullish this candle. So I'd say we've got X A, and we've got M manipulation M manipulation to the upside, and then right now breaking the low of the accumulation phase is just confirming to us that that was the manipulation. So X, A, M, and likely we're gonna have the distribution on the New York PM session. I'm just gonna put a high in here, and we've got accumulation low. What I wouldn't want to see in order to consider that drawn liquidity would be the bodies of these candles here, 45.86. I wouldn't want price to go back and close above the low of the accumulation, because if it does that, then it means that we're actually looking at the accumulation, sorry, the manipulation also being like two-sided, meaning that we took buy side from above and then we swept the low, so going up, sweeping, going down, sweeping, and then pulling back up above the low of the accumulation means that we could be looking at a potential continuation to the upside. We'll see. Alright guys, I'm trying out a short in here, see if it goes. Small risk because I don't really like the way we created a bullish FVG over here after that SMT we had with the low of the London kill zone. But I'm gonna give it a try because I do like this bearish FVG here on the 5-minute, and we did create a bearish order block out of that. So you can see my risk, my stop loss is quite small, and also my risk is quite small. So let's see how this one goes. in order for my short idea, you know, to keep, you know, for me to keep trusting it, because, you know, anyone could be scared of this push to the upside after that SMT divergence. But, you know, in order for me to keep trust my short idea at this point, because it's only based off of the fact that we created, you know, that we pulled back to that 5-minute bearish bearish FVG, and the fact that price on the 1 minute created a bearish order block here. I like the fact that it's rejecting from it right now after, you know, having retesting it. So this is the bearish OB. I like the fact it's rejecting from it right now, but I would love to see it even more go back down under the accumulation area that it just broke out of. Which is this area over here. Let me just pull it like that. So I would really love to see it go down under that area, close back under the accumulation area. So we had a break out of that area and then a push back inside the area. Right now I wanted to push, you know, to push back out of that area. Okay, because if it does this, and if it keeps on doing this, it means that this move to the upside was merely a pullback. One thing that I do want to pay attention to is going to be this balanced price range here, because this is not just a fair value gap. Okay, this is a balanced price range. This is not just a bullish FVG, it's a BPR. And I want to make sure that in case price wants to reject from here, I am not gonna be in the trade anymore. So this is the BPR over here. Maybe a 15-second, you know, watching it on the 15-second would make more sense now. Yeah, for starters, I don't like the way it created this bullish OB here, even if it's on the 15 seconds. I'm not really a fan of it, but I'd love to see it go back down. And we just closed the new 30-minute candle. I mean, the previous 30-minute candle just closed. The one that opened at 10 a.m. and so 10 a.m. to 10:30, 30-minute candle closed back under the range, the accumulation range. But, and you know, we do have nice wick to fill over here. However, I'm not really sure if this is a wick to be filled. Yeah. BPR here, I don't like it. Okay, I'll just keep watching it. Okay, guys, I'm bringing my stop loss to break even. Okay, so stop loss is already at break even because I really don't want it to turn this into a bullish unicorn with a, you know, bullish unicorn on the 1 minute with rejecting from the 5-minute balanced price range. So under any circumstance, I wouldn't want it to invalidate 1029 bearish fair value gap on the 1 minute. It should not do that. If it ought to continue to, you know, push lower, or, you know, to be pulled lower. Actually, I think it would make more sense if I talk in these kind of terms. Okay, now. I probably am going to take or might take some profit, I guess. The only reason I'm not really trustful of a rejection to the upside right now, it's because of those relatively equal lows on silver. I hope I'm not wrong. I really hope I'm not wrong, but you know, it is giving like sort of like a big rejection here. Yeah, out right now. I break even. Oh my God, this is going to be one of those cases when it takes me out and then keeps pushing down. Yeah, I guess we could be seeing something like that. Who knows? We'll see. See if it can actually invalidate this 1037 bullish FVG. Here on the 1 minute, because this is basically the one that's sort of like invalidated the 1029 SIPI here. And besides that, also the 1032 SIBI. So we have another balanced price range here on the 1 minute. And let me just remove the midline because it just crowds everything. Okay. Also, if you look at the 5 minutes, you'll see we had a fractal candle over here at the top. The 1020 candle on gold on the 5 minutes, it's a bullish candle, and then on silver, it's a bearish candle. So you can see how usually these are very high probability order blocks, especially if they occur at you know, higher time frame, or not necessarily higher time frame, but at relevant PD arrays. Like for example, if we're gonna, like, what would relevant mean at this point? We have this whole range, the price created this move to the downside. If we put a fib on that area, we're gonna see the 50% level is in here, and price went above the 50% level of that bearish range into a bearish fair value gap on the 5 minutes, and then it created that fractal candle that you can see here. So again, 1020 candle on the 5 minutes chart on gold, that's a bullish candle. On silver, it's a bearish candle. So like I said, usually these are high probability order blocks. So we could, like, instead of marking the order block here on the 1 minute right now, we could conclude the fact that the 5 minute is also sort of like supporting the idea of creating a bearish order block, and we had a nice tap of that and then a nice rejection. See if it's just going to keep rejecting lower, because that would be interesting. I mean, that would be preferable. And I believe it's also like the bearish SMT divergence here is quite obvious, and you can see that this is an SMT divergence, meaning that the high of a previous micro quarter was taken was taken out on silver by the current micro quarter, but it was not taken out on gold. So we have a bearish SMT divergence at this point going on. I wouldn't necessarily consider it super valid though for now, because silver is not really creating any meaningful bearish FVG after taking out that high. So we might still see price not necessarily, you know, eagerly being pulled lower. I'll just keep on watching it. If we're creating a new lower low here, that's going to be really good for anyone who's still in short setups. Because it means that price is reclaiming the bearish fair value gap at 1032, and it is inversing the bullish fair value gap at 1037. So if we could just, you know, go lower and then continue to pull lower. But, you know, first indication that price could actually continue to be pulled lower would be if it would create a lower low under 1044. And right now we can also see silver, you know, starting to make sense of this SMT divergence. At least apparently. Because it did start to create some sort of bearish momentum to the down, you know, some sort of bearish momentum. Dre FX asking, hi Alex, from what to what time in New York do you trade gold? Well, usually whenever I go live, that's my first contact with the screens, usually. So that's around, I don't know, I would say anywhere starting from 9:30 to 10. That would be my starting window, all the way to whenever I get to see a trade, to take a trade, or, you know, till the moment I decide that it no longer makes sense for me to spend time in front of the chart. Okay, so you remember a little earlier I said that if we just create a lower low under here, 1044, definitely, needless to say, that I would like to see close under there, not just poke like this. Yeah, this is not really looking favorable for anyone who's still in shorts at this point. Or we're simply just accumulating, you know, just range bound. Uhum. Ah, portanto, cadê o